Hey guys, it's Coach Pugh, and I'm here with you for the weekly athlete word. And this week we're going to talk about discipline. It is for discipline that you have to endure. God is treating you as sons. For what son is there whom his father does not discipline? If you're left without discipline, in which all have participated, then you are illegitimate children and not sons. And besides this, we have had earthly fathers who disciplined us and we respected them. Shall we not much more be subject to the Father of spirits and live? For they disciplined us for a short time as it seemed best to them, but he disciplines us for our good. This past few months, my family got a new puppy. And anytime I train a dog, especially a little puppy, I learn a lot about discipline. I think the discipline may be for me just as much as it is for the dog. But what's interesting about this puppy and about any dog that I've spent time training, most of them at least, welcome discipline. They understand that this is going to be good for them. And the reason I say that is because they engage in it. Begin to train the dog and the dog responds to it, because what's the dog really want? The dog wants to grow in the relationship for it and the master. It wants to grow, it wants to learn, it wants to spend time with the master, and maybe we'd even say it craves a relationship with the master. Whatever my response is toward discipline, that may be a good reminder, is do I crave a stronger relationship with my master? So comparing God to an earthly father or to a parent, the writer here is saying that discipline is so good for us because it draws us closer to our God. I've heard teachers, I've heard coaches tell me through the years, and I've actually used this phrase myself: if I don't get on you, if I don't make it tough on you, if I don't push you, that means I don't care. Or maybe it means I don't believe in your potential. When a coach or a teacher has gotten on me, my first reaction is, why are they getting all over me? I don't want to feel that. I don't need that on me. And so I begin to worry and begin to try to push back against it and try to do everything I can so they won't talk to me in that way, or they won't be hard on me. But the reality is, the more I grew, the tougher authorities were on me in my life, because they wanted me to grow even more. The more we progress in life, the more we grow as children of God, God sees more potential in our lives. And whether it's unfortunate or not, the truth is the way we grow is through challenges and adversity. It always is. How could discipline be good? It says in Hebrews 12, verse 7, it's for discipline that you have to endure. And then he says in verse 10, he says he disciplines us for our good. So I hear two G's there. I see that he wants us to endure, which would be our growth. Discipline is for our growth. And number two, discipline is for our good. And they really happen together, don't they? I can't grow unless I have discipline in my life. I can't grow unless I have something to endure, something to push through. But let me give you a third G that I see comes out in this passage. He says in verse 10, he disciplines us for our good, that we may share his holiness. This is an opportunity to glorify God. So discipline is for my good, it's for my growth, and it's for God's glory. I get to be more like God. I get to share in his holiness. And the more I resemble him, the more I become like him, then I begin to learn why I was put here on this planet in the first place. It's to glorify him. It's to resemble him. It's to bear his image and display that for all the world. I want to finish with this last statement in verse 11, and give you a truth that has hit me in the face this week that is so helpful to me. He says, for the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. What I think is awesome here is that God lets discipline, he lets things loosen up the ground so that that seed can then be planted. God is going to plant a seed right now. If I let him, and I let the things of this life and even the attacks of the enemy loosen up the ground in my heart, wonder what God could grow through this time in you. I wonder what we're going to see later because of this time right now of what God is doing. Let's thank him for the discipline that this time brings. Let's embrace this time of discipline, and let's ask him to help us grow and show us opportunities to serve others. Be strong in his grace.